So today we're talking about creatorship, how to be a creator, how to co-create and manifest your highest reality, that which gives you the most joy, that which you already have access to, but yet have not manifested. So we're all aware of what creates our highest joy. We're all aware of the kind of experiences that we'd like to have that would bring to us our highest excitement, our highest pleasure, our highest good. So we already know that. We already have access to that, which is why whenever you go to thinking about your highest good, you can create a joy within. You can actually feel the joy of that goodness, although it hasn't manifested in this reality. You haven't manifested it yet, but you can already experience the goodness of it. You can already access the feeling of that future reality when you go to a place where you're creating it mentally through imagination and through thought. So the true art of creating is first having the ability to know what you want to create. And we know what we want to create by how it makes us feel. It's almost like a deeper urge, a deeper moving towards expansion. Wherever you think about it, that creates the most joy in you. It's always an expanded state. It's a state much more expanded from where you are now. But here's the thing. Everybody is already creating. People think that to manifest your reality, you need to reach a certain level of ability to be able to do that. But everybody already is a master creator. And this is where you take the steps to actually truly creating your highest desire, is when you realize that you are already responsible for the reality that you are currently living in. Now, if you're going to keep blaming events and scenarios and life has happened to me, then you are not taking ownership of your current reality. And if you are not willing and not having the ability to take control of your current reality, then you have no chance whatsoever of creating that which you can already experience within your imagination. Now, the reason why it's important to take responsibility, to at least take the understanding that I am responsible for my current reality. Because when you become responsible for your current reality, and you understand that your thoughts are creating, your beliefs, your associations are creating the world that you see now, your filters through which you see the world. When you become responsible for your filters, for your beliefs, for your associations, for what you see, then you begin the step of truly creating your world. Because when you begin to take responsibility for what's happening to you in your life, you begin to take more responsibility for what's happening internally. The moment you begin to take responsibility for what's happening internally is the moment you begin to look into yourself on a much more deeper level. Begin to question why you see certain things in your life. When you begin to question your reality, your current reality, you begin to question your thoughts, yourself, because your thoughts and yourself are what are responsible for it. And so what negativity you see in your current reality is only a reflection of the negative thoughts and beliefs that you have. Now, when you start taking ownership for the negative thoughts and beliefs that you have, then you begin to take ownership of yourself, take ownership of your own space, become more aware of what's going on within, become more aware of my beliefs, more aware of my associations, more aware of what I'm identified with. Now, the greater your ability to see these thoughts, the greater your ability to see how you're working internally, that's when you begin to move through, understand the negativity that you hold within. Now, when you become aware of these deeply rooted negative beliefs, whether they be in lack, separation, isolation, fear, when you begin to see these beliefs and you begin to address them, you begin to become aware of them, you begin to become aware of the negative side of yourself, and you begin the process of unraveling that, the process of seeing that, the process of understanding that, understanding how you came to believe, then you can begin the process of moving out of your current reality, because you're moving through the negative beliefs and associations that have created your current reality. So as you begin to move through these negative beliefs, these core values that you hold on to, as you begin to move through them, you begin to realize them, you naturally begin to move into a space in which you're shaping your world from a fully conscious perspective. So you're aware of your darkness, you're aware of your negative beliefs. When you become aware of them, you're not going to hold on to them. Who is going to hold on and keep operating through negative filters when they realise that these negative filters are actually shaping the world in which they don't desire, the reality in which they're living in which they don't desire? So as soon as you become conscious of these negative ways of being, these negative filters, and you begin to change them, then true manifestation can happen. You can have your highest joy. Because when you're awoken within, when the light is on within and the darkness has been seen, there is no pushing and pulling. You can hold this highest vibration when you think and create in your head with your thoughts and your imagination, your highest reality. But then if there's this other side to you that hasn't been looked at, that says I don't have enough, that says I am alone, that says I can't have a relationship, then you have a push-pull going on. And so what actually happens is a stagnation, because you want to move forward, but yet you're not willing to look at the side of you that says, I'm not worthy of moving forward. So if you live in a reality that you don't desire, that's because there's parts of you that you have not looked at. There's parts of you that you have not been into, seen, released, understood, accepted, let go of, and allow yourself to stop creating out of these dark spots. As you move through the dark, you just become more and more light, more and more joy, more and more natural, more and more flow, more and more goodness. But before you truly co-create with your highest joy, first you have to take responsibility for the reality in which you're at now. And when you take responsibility for the reality of where you're at now, you're taking responsibility for the way you think and the way you feel. And when you take responsibility for the way you think and the way you feel, you will be joy.